What is up, you guys? For today's video, I'm going to share with you guys how to get the perfect Sunset Smoky Eye cut crease with like a little hint of liner detailing. And the palette that we are going to be using today is one I haven't used in a hot minute, and that is the BPerfect x Stacey Marie Carnival XL Pro palette, which is such a long title for a palette. But I thought that this palette would be perfect to use today, and I also haven't used it in a hot minute on my channel. And it just has all of these beautiful bright colors. There's a lot of sunset colors as well. And just overall, it's a really fun palette. And if you'd like to see my original review on this palette, I'll have it linked in the description box down below for you. However, before we jump into it, I would really appreciate if you hit the subscribe button down below and give this video a like. And also, if you'd like to check me out on Instagram, my Instagram account is @lethal_kitten. And on Instagram, I post a ton more tutorials over on there if you're looking for some inspiration. So since we are going to be doing a fairly bright look today, I'm just going to prime my eyelids using my favorite, which is the ABH Eye Primer. So the first shade that we are going to be going in with, of course, is this absolutely stunning yellow called Keen. And I'm just going to go in with this Morphe M433 brush, and I'm going to be applying it initially right into my crease, and then doing these little circular motions to blend that upwards towards my brow. And since I'm not 100% sure on the type of cut crease I want to do, I am going to round out my outer V too. But, like, this shade is so pigmented. Like, this palette is literally so underrated in my opinion. Like, she's expensive, but like the quality is definitely there. And I am going to build up the shadow just a little bit because I do want to look like a primary yellow because we're going to be doing something super, super intense. Okay, but Keen is such a beautiful shadow. Like, look how pigmented it is. But the next shade that we're going to be going in with is this really pretty pinky red shade called In Lust. And then using this Morphe JS6 brush, I'm going to be popping this right into my crease. And then very, very carefully, and when I say very carefully, I mean like extra careful, I'm going to start blending it upwards towards Keen. And I'm also using it to round out my outer V. And why you want to be careful is because you do not want this shadow to overpower Keen, otherwise this look is going to turn more into like an orangey red, and we do want that little hint of yellow. So I'm going to do a second layer of this shadow because we want it super crazy intense, but it just surprises me as to what makeup is hyped in the beauty community and what isn't, because I feel like this palette is one of those ones that is just so underrated and I never see anybody talk about it here on YouTube. I mean, like, when it first initially launched, I saw a couple of people talk about it, but since then I haven't seen much hype. And I will say though, I do see some people on Instagram use it, especially people that do like these super dramatic eye looks, like with the crazy different types of cut creases, and they do like these really cool designs. Like, I see them use it, but other than that, like, I never see any bigger YouTubers use it. Now, the step I don't see a lot of people talk about when they do a Sunset Smoky Eye is that they don't explain that you should go in between your colors right before you apply your next one. So as you can see, we have two colors right now, and I'm just going to go in with a little bit more Keen on that brush that we used to apply it with. And I'm just going to be kissing the area right between that pink that we applied and that yellow. And I'm doing these tiny little circular motions. And this will help give you the most seamless blend, and it will look amazing. So I'm trying to figure out which shade I want to go in with next because I do want to go in with a burgundy, but there is two in this palette. Like, we have Persuasion right here, and then we have Influence. And I kind of like Influence because it has like a little bit of a raspberry undertone to it, but I think we're going to go in with Persuasion because I just love how it has a little bit more purple to it. So I'm just going to go in with this Morphe M507 brush, and I'm going to be applying this right into my crease. And when I'm applying the shadow, I am being so careful with it because the dark ones in here are so crazy pigmented and they can completely overpower your look like real quick. So you just want to be a little careful. But man, that shadow though is pretty. I'm so happy that we went in with this one instead of Influence. Like, I just love this color. And just goes so well with that In Lush shade that we just applied to. So I am going to go in with a second layer because I do want to deepen it up just a little bit because we are going to be going in with another shadow after this. And I just want to make sure that we have the framework for it. And again, to blend out Persuasion just a little bit further, I am going to go in with more In Lust on that brush that we applied it with. And I'm just kissing the edges of Persuasion, doing these little circular motions. I keep on sitting here questioning myself if I want to go a little bit deeper in the crease, but I think we're going to do it because why not? So what I'm going to do is take that Persuasion shade on that brush that we used earlier, and then I'm going to mix it with a little bit of Lights Out, wherever the black one is, and doing like a 1-to-1 ratio. And then using that same Morphe M507 brush, I'm just going to be applying this right into my crease. And why I mix this with Persuasion is to make it a little bit easier to blend out, because black shadow can do you dirty real quick, and this one is super crazy pigmented. And by mixing it, you also get a little bit more control with the color, and just overall it's a lot easier to work with. So we're going to bring back a little bit more pink into this look, because as you can see, we kind of lost it right here when we applied that black and dark purple mixture. So I'm just going to take a little bit more of In Lust on that Morphe JS6 brush that we used earlier. And I'm just kissing the edge of those darker shadows. And when I'm doing this too, I'm just working really lightly. Like, I'm not going in with a lot of pigment. But seriously though, like how these shadows are blending together, oh, I'm just literally obsessed. I haven't done a sunset look in a hot minute because there's some of my favorites, and once I start doing them, like I just get into a kick and I don't want to do anything but them. But like maybe we're gonna have to have a sunset moment for a while, because man, like this is just so much fun to do. So once you have everything blended to where you want it to be, now we can cut our crease, and I'm just gonna use my ABH eye primer that we used earlier because this is my favorite, and I'm just gonna go in with this ABH number 18 brush, which is my favorite to cut my crease too. And when I do this, I am gonna go a little bit higher than normal. So once you cut that crease and the base is 100% dry, now we're going to start working on the lid. And today I think I want to go in with one of the neon pinks in here because they're really cool. And I want to go in with this one called Funky. And then using an ABH A3 brush, I'm just going to be packing it on in this outer third of my lid. And when I'm doing this too, I'm making sure that I'm like really like pressing it into that base since it is a matte shadow. And then I'm slightly overlapping with our outer V. I mean, she's cute, but we do need to do 2 layers because it is a neon shadow, and neons just sometimes need to be built up a little bit. But I really love that color though. Ooh, she's pretty. Now, normally when I do a look like this, I usually go in with something like Pillow Talk, which is kind of like an off-white, but honestly, I kind of want to go in with Keen because I think it's going to look super cool. Then on the rest of the lid, I am just going to be packing down Keen, and then I'm slightly overlapping it with that hot pink that we just applied. Oh yeah, that is looking so cool. I don't think I've ever done anything like this before. And if I have, I probably did like a gold shimmer over here. I've never done just like yellow and pink. But seriously, like I'm obsessed with this. This looks so awesome. Like why have I never done this before? And then using that brush that we applied the hot pink with, I'm slightly overlapping it with the yellow, just so we can get a little bit better of a blend. And again, when I'm doing this, I'm not applying any additional product. I'm just using what's on my brush. So the next thing that we're gonna do, I don't know if it's gonna mess up the makeup look or like what's gonna happen, but we're gonna baby giraffe it because I have never done it before. And what I wanna do is do one of those lines like underneath the cut crease. I think it looks so cool and I see it all the time on Instagram. And I'm gonna go in with this NYX Epic Wear Waterproof Liner. I believe it's a new liner from them. And I'm gonna go in with the shade White. And this liner is like one of those ones that has like the brush with the pot kind of style. And why I'm going in with the white one though is in case if we mess up, at least I can apply a shadow on top, because if we went in with a black one or like a neon one, it would be so hard to fix. My hands got a little clammy for a second because I'm kind of getting nervous I'm doing this because I've never done it. And you know what, even if we mess up, we can always fix it. It's really no big deal. And if we completely mess it up, we can do something avant-garde with it. And I already messed it up. But you know what? We can apply shadow on top. It's no big deal. Gotta keep on telling myself this because otherwise I'm going to want to wash this off. And when I'm doing this, I'm going right underneath that cut crease line. I'm not going above it. You know, maybe the other eye will do me better, but like I'm going to take a mirror and like really go in. Because I was trying to do like a cute shot, but you know what? Sometimes you just have to do things at work. I'm going to grab my mirror and put it right up to my nose. Oh yeah, that is working a lot better. Okay, that was not as bad. We're gonna have to definitely fix this one, but this one is doable. Now, if you're like me and you messed up, I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna fix it. And first things first is you have to make sure that you have the thickness that you're looking for already. Even if you mess up more, you wanna make sure that you have the right shape and the right thickness that you want. And after that, you wanna make sure it is 100% dry. Because if it is not 100% dry, it's gonna slip and slide and it's just gonna be a hot mess and it's gonna be super hard to fix. And then once it is 100% dry, I'm just going to take the shadows that I used earlier and I am going to be packing the shit out of them on top of the areas where we messed up. And if your brushes are not as precise, I definitely recommend either going in with an angled eyeliner brush or something that is a little bit more on the sharper side just so you can get a better line. Ooh, did that take me a hot minute to fix, but I think it looks pretty good. You know, I can kind of see it a little bit still, but that's as good as I can get it. But now we're going to go in with the liquid liner on our top lash line, and I'm going to go in with this one from Morphe. I have never used it before. It is the Felt Tip Liquid Liner in the shade Ink. Okay, but I am so impressed with that liner. Like, I literally got it done in like 2 seconds. And also, it is like super crazy pigmented, and it has like a really nice liquidy formula to it. Like, it's not super liquidy, but it's liquidy enough where you can get some slip with it. So for mascara today, I'm just going to go in with this one from Maybelline. It is the Falsies Lash Lift. I really like this one, but we are going to go in with Falsies anyway, so just use whatever mascara works for you. And I love this one. If you're looking for a really good one from the drugstore, I definitely recommend this one. It looks amazing for the lower lashes. So for lashes, I'm just going to go in with these ones from Lilly Lashes in the style CEO. I am literally so excited about this look. At first, I didn't know if I was going to like the white liner, but I wanted to try something different, and I think it looks really awesome. But off camera, I'm just going to like quickly clean things up a little bit, as well as apply my complexion products, and then I'll be right back to finish up the look. So here's where I'm at right now after applying my complexion products, and now we're going to go in with lipstick, and I want to go in with this one from Rimmel. It is called the Provocalips, and it's a 16-hour wear kiss-proof lip color, and it's one of these ones where you get like a liquid lipstick and then the other side is a sealant, and we're going to go in with shade Wish Upon a Berry. So now we're going to start working on the lower lash line, and I'm just going to take a little bit of that In Lush shade that we used earlier, that hot pink, and I'm going to take it on this Moda Brush's small shader brush, and I'm just going to smoke it right underneath my lower lash line, doing a back and forth motion. Now for the inner corner highlight, I'm just going to go in with the bigger highlighter in this palette called Fair Play. It's kind of like a yellowy gold. And I'm just going to take it on this ABH A14 pencil brush, and I'm just going to be packing the shit out of this into my inner corner. And I'm also bringing it underneath the inner tear duct area to open up the eye. She's blinding. I love this highlight. I forget how much I love it until I use it. It's just so pretty, and it's kind of like on the unique side because it's like a yellowy gold, but it almost leans a little bit more yellow. And I am just going to pack on more of it because why not? But it's such a beautiful highlighter though. And I'm just going to take this Morphe pencil liner in the shade Coconut and run it right on my lower lash line. Woo! But yeah, so here's the finished look using the Carnival XL Pro palette, and seriously, I had so much fun using this palette today. Like, I need to start using this one more. I just love the quality of the shadows. They're just so pigmented and just super easy to work with and blend out. And also, I just love the look that we got with it. I think it's a really fun sunset, and I just love that it has like a little bit of smokiness as well as like that little neon pop on the lid. Like, I think it's just such a cool vibe. And even though we did have a problem with that white liner today, because girl, I have never done it before, I still love how it turned out, and I really want to start experimenting with this type of style. But yeah, so in the comments down below, let me know what you think about this look, and also let me know if you'd like to see more tutorials using this palette. But as always though, I would really appreciate if you hit the subscribe button down below and gave this video a like. And also, if you'd like to check me out on Instagram, my Instagram account is @lethal_kitten. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!